Welcome to our St. Paul's family, and I understand that those beyond our church have been watching our Fireside chats, so we welcome you as well. This is our second Fireside chat, and we're going to do this in two 10-minute segments that I think will help us to work with it on Facebook. So the first part will be some positive reflections about our response to COVID-19. And the second part will be meditation and prayers. So I hope you'll join us for both. Let's begin with a little humor. I hope you will find it as funny as I have. So I came across this little quip that said, on this day in 2062, that's right, I said 2062, the Woods family are celebrating the end of the last roll of toilet paper purchased by their grandparents in 2020. And then there was this sign on the front door of Costco, which read, "No returns of toilet paper, hand sanitizer, Lysol, and water." And when I read that, I thought, those of us who have purchased responsibly during this period get the last laugh. In Proverbs chapter 17, verse 22, we read these simple words: "The joy of the Lord is our strength." Or to put it in another translation, a happy heart is a good medicine, and a joyful mind cause healing. But a broken spirit dries up the bones. So we have choices to make during this period of uncertainty, and our response is one of joy rather than one of fear. You know, the power of humor, and I've spoken about it before, the power of humor, and I think this is the time to find reasons for laughter. So let me read this to you about the value of laughter. When you have a good belly laugh, it shakes your internal organs and lymphatic systems and opens up your lungs. It lowers blood pressure, releases endorphins, decreases the stress hormones, increases oxygen to the body, and viruses don't like oxygen, tightens your tummy muscles, causes a sense of well-being, charges your immune system to fight off infection, which is released in the blood from your bone marrow that produces white cells and red cells and T cells. So have a good belly laugh every day if you possibly can. Read about Balaam and his donkey, tell jokes, laugh like a child without restraint. How about watching some funny movies? Most of all, laugh at fear. By the way, in addition to Sharon, my only congregant here today is Bentley. And we were both hoping that nothing would spook him, because when he starts barking, it's like his life is at stake. So if you hear him in the background, that's exactly what's happening. I sent an email out this week to all of those email addresses that we have that are part of the church. And I believe that this letter will also be sent to all of you in the mail as well. But what I say in this letter, and I'm just going to refer to a few lines that I write. One is that we have choices to make during this uncertain period. And we can choose courage over fear and calm over panic. I also say that I believe deeply that this virus is not from God, that God is always on the side of humanity. And some of the most brilliant minds and scientists and researchers are putting together some great responses, are coming up with what I believe will be effective vaccines to deal with this crisis. In fact, this very morning, I was reading an article related to this, and I want to share it with you because, it's only been about 4 months since we first started hearing about COVID-19. And this morning I read, within the next week, more than a dozen Canadian hospitals will start enrolling patients as part of an unprecedented global collaboration to test 4 potential treatments for COVID-19, the disease caused by the pandemic coronavirus that currently has no vaccine or cure. And it's dubbed Solidarity. The multinational trial is being coordinated by the World Health Organization and aims to enroll thousands of patients from around the world in the absence of a vaccine, which is about a year ago. And the goal is to quickly identify treatments that could mitigate the toll of COVID-19. And, I read that to you just to let you know that, in a 4-month period, these brilliant minds, scientists, researchers are coming up already with responses to COVID-19. And we believe that together with all of the resources that are available and God working on our side, we're going to defeat this thing and this virus. And I hope that you are filled with hope and conviction about that, as I am as well. So we're so positive about the possibilities that are coming to us because of this. Now, in my last Fireside chat, I shared a meditation on Psalm 91 as a promise and a prayer. And I want to share another psalm with you, Psalm 46. And this is what it says: God is our refuge and strength, an ever-present help in trouble. Let me read that first verse again. God is our refuge and strength, an ever-present help in trouble. Therefore, we will not fear, though the earth give way and the mountains fall into the heart of the sea, though its waters roar and foam, and the mountains quake with their surging. There is a river whose streams make glad the city of God, the holy place where the Most High dwells. God is within her. She will not fall. God will help her at the break of day. And then verses 10 and 11, he says, be still and know that I am God. I will be exalted among the nations. I will be exalted in the earth. The Lord Almighty is with us. The God of Jacob is our fortress. And then, having read that from the King James Version, I also want to read it to you from the Passion Translation. And this is what it says. God, you're such a safe and powerful place to find refuge. You're a proven help in the time of trouble. More than enough and always available whenever I need you. So we will never fear, even if every structure of support were to crumble away. And then verse 10 of Psalm 46. Surrender your anxiety, be silent, and stop your striving, and you will see that I am God. It's another wonderful song. And I'm going to conclude the first part now. And join us again on the second part. Just a few reflections on this song that give us great hope and courage. And then I'm going to lead in prayer as well, and tell you some important things that I'm hopeful of, and fill you in on an important matter related to our church. So we'll talk to you in just a moment. Bye for now.